A great way to understand how you can segment your customers based on their quality is by using the percentile analysis report. What we're doing in this report is we're taking a look at your entire customer base. We're then splitting them up into 10 equal groups of 10%, and then we're sorting them from strongest to weakest values based on the KPI that is selected in the top left here. So, for example, if we were to select customer lifetime value, we can easily see here that the top 10% customers in terms of this KPI, LTV, on average have an LTV of $3,145. Whereas in retrospect, we can take a look at the worst 10% customers in terms of LTV, and we see this group has an average LTV of $185. So really interesting to be able to see the differences there. Additionally, what makes this typically very eye-opening is understanding the revenue contribution that these groups are bringing into your business. So for this, we can scroll down a bit and we can take a look at this KPI here. So the revenue contribution is showing you the percentage of gross revenue that each percentile is bringing to your business. So if we were to take a look at just 10% of your customer base, so the top 10% here in terms of LTV, so this group that we were first looking at, we see that this group, for example, is contributing 38%, so almost 40% of this brand's total gross revenue, which is quite substantial. And then even if we were to combine the top 20% with 11 to 20, so top 20% in total, we can see that this is contributing to over 50% of the brand's total gross revenue. And this is quite common with what we see in D2C brands. So it really goes to show how important it is to, one, focus on retaining these customers and ensuring that they're engaged, and then two, using this or utilizing this audience for seed audiences to create lookalikes and use these high-quality customers for your acquisition efforts. How we can group these customers is really straightforward. So all you'll want to do is come over to customer segments. We can select new segment. We'll choose a dynamic segment so that this updates. And we can say, for example, we can say top 20% net revenue. So these are going to be big spenders. And then we would say customers who have net revenue in the best. Alternatively, you can, of course, say in the worst if you wanted to target, your poor quality groups. And then we will just select 20%. You would hit create segment, and it's as easy as that. Additionally, if you wanted to work with different KPIs, you don't have to select net revenue. If you wanted to take a look at average order value, for example, we can select AOV, and this would work exactly the same way, and you can do something like this as well. So tons of different ways you can go about this based on your goals, but really easy to create that segment. Once the segment is created, you would just come over to customer segments, come over to the segment that you made. We can do high value customers, for example, hit create audience, and then you can push the segment to any of the following tools that you'd like and use that for retargeting or use it for a seed audience for your acquisition efforts. So yeah, no need to fly blind with the percentile analysis report. It makes it really easy for you to understand who you should be retargeting, who you should be re-engaging, and what segments you can utilize for those seed audiences for your acquisition efforts.